So hello guys, welcome back to channel Get to Byte once again. In this video, we are going to start with the trace features, how to use the trace features in STM32 microcontrollers, and for that we are going to use the official ST-Link V2 programmer, which is white in color, for using the trace and debug features. And so in this video we are going to get an overview on how to use the official ST-Link V2 programmers with the microcontroller and how their hardware connection goes on for both STM8 and STM32 microcontrollers, and also what are some frequent errors which we come across while connecting it to our software or to our microcontroller, and what are the solutions for them. So now let's get started. So now as you brought the ST-Link V2 programmer, so you will find the following things in this box. So there will be the ST-Link V2 programmer, which is a main white in color, which is the main programmer and debugger. Then there are a couple of jumper wires for connecting. So these are like the 20 pin connector, JTAG connector pin, which you can directly connect to these pins via and then you can directly connect to your microcontroller. These are basically for the Discovery or the Nucleo boards which have direct 20 pin JTAG connector pins. And then this one, these two pins are basically for our STM8 connector pins. As you can see in the middle of it, there are 4 pins out which are for the STM8, and as I have told you in one of my previous videos, this STM8 follows the SWIM protocol. So just can directly just connect these connector pins to these connectors and directly plug your STM8 connector pins, the programming pins, from this end. So now coming to this other things of it, now you can also see there is a LED over here which is for the like COM LED. So like as you connect this your ST-Link V2 programmer with your microcontroller, with your desktop, and it connects with this Arduino Nano cable, this LED will lighten up in red in color, showing that your programmer is working fine and it is powered. Now to connect this, now these are for the STM8, and now these are for our STM32 microcontrollers. So in the user manual of the ST-Link V2 programmer, the official ST-Link V2 programmer, you will see that there will be a table 4 in which it shows that all the pin out these are the 20 pins which you can see over there. So these 20 pins have all the pin out name over there, which are used for our JTAG connections, for our SWD connections, and also for our UART and all such kind of connections. Like according to this figure, you can refer this figure. Like you can see here that there are 20 pins over there, and in this connection, in this diagram also. So starting from this embarked area, which is this one basically, so starting from its left side, right side, this is pin 1, then corresponding pins are pin 1, pin 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so does it goes on. So this 1, 2 is our VCC, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, their corresponding pins name written in the image. So now for our JTAG connection and for our SWD, main focusing on our SWD connection, serial wire debug, which is the 2-pin protocol used by ARM microcontrollers. So we need only SWDIO and SWCLK pins. So our main focus on using will be the 7 and 9 pins, and SWDO, which is our TDO pin, which is our analogous to our TDO pin 13 pin. So we will be mainly using these 3 pins, 7, 9 and 13, if you are using the SWD and SWV protocol for debugging, tracing and programming your microcontrollers. If you are going with the JTAG pin connection or the trace port interface, so we need to use the T-reset, TDI35, and in that case also 7 and 9 pins will be used, but they will be used at TMS, T and TCLK. Like their naming convention will change if you use the JTAG, and if you are using the SWD, then 7 and 9 will be used as SWI and SWCLK, and 13 pin will also be used for JTAG connection or trace port interface in the form of TDO, and we need to connect this 15 pin to our T reset. And so the connections part. Now let's connect our microcontroller to our ST-Link V2 programmer. So as I have told you, from this like 7 and 9 are SWDI and SWCLK. So taking the pin reference 7 from this side, as this is my pin 1, so 1, 3, 5, 7, and then this one is my 9 pin. Okay, so this 5 and 7 are correspondingly connected to my SWDIO, SWOIO, which is okay, and this purple wire is my SWCLK pin. Okay, so these are both connected. Okay, now communication protocol pins are connected. Now powering our microcontroller. Now for powering our microcontroller, as I have told you, we need to connect in the from the diagram you can also see 1 and 2 are my VCC pins, and this line is my whole ground. Okay, when we follow the SWD protocol, so this is my line 1, pin 1, and this is my ground pin. So I am connecting the black as ground and white as VCC. So white is connected to my VCC and black is connected to my STM32 microcontroller. Okay, and I have powered my ST-Link V2 programmer also from the desktop, my PC, but you can see that my microcontroller doesn't lighten up and it does not power up. So this error might come in your case also, like I stuck on this problem because I figure I'm not able to figure out why is my microcontroller not powering, because I have connected the VCC and ground pins also according to the data sheet and according to the pin diagram. Okay, so what I find out is that in some ST-Link V2 programmers there might be an error by the manufacturer only. My 1 and 3, like my VCC and ground pins, are taken reference from this side. Like if I switch my this side, like VCC, I switch VCC from this power side and this as my ground pin. Okay, this whole line is ground, then my microcontroller lights up, as you can see here. So there might be an issue in your microcontroller also, because if you power your VCC from this line, taking line as this pin 1, then your microcontroller might not power up. But if you take this from this side, okay, from the opposite side, then your microcontroller might lighten up. So you can just like remember this and see out that what is this in your ST-Link V2 programmer. But yeah, our SWDI or communication protocol pins are same, that is for 5 and 7, taking reference from the embarked areas. Pin 1 is this, and then taking reference from this side for our communication protocols. For powering up, you can check from which power pins your microcontroller is getting powered. Okay, so for the SWO connection, like for using the trace feature, we need to connect the SWO pin of a microcontroller to the SWO pin of a programmer, and the SWO pin in our programmer is analogous to the TDO pin of JTAG connections of the 13th pin in our programmer, taking reference 1 from this side. So this is the one side reference for our connections 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 and 13. So this is my 13 pin. Okay, this is my 13 pin, one pin left behind between these two, and this will be connected to the SWO pin of a microcontroller. Now you can check out the data sheet of the microcontroller which you are using. So the microcontroller, the STM32F103 blue pill which I am using, it has the SWO pin on PB3 pin. So that I am connecting PB3 pin to my red wire for the SWO feature, for the trace feature. Okay, so that's all the connection that you have to do for using the debug and trace functionality in the this. Now let's finally move to the software part. So now let's come to the software part, and in this we'll be just giving a quick view from the STM32Cube programmer and the STM32 utility. So as you connect your, like I have done all the connections from here. Now you just need to power, as soon as you power your microcontroller, your ST-Link V2 programmer and your corresponding power pins to your ST-Link from your ST-Link to the microcontroller will also power up, and just refresh for the serial number. Here you will see the serial number of your programmer. So now you can connect your microcontroller. If it shows you this error, that ST-Link error, device target, command error, if this error comes up in your microcontroller, just reset the pin for a 1 to 2 seconds. Press the reset pin for 1 to 2 seconds. Okay, then if you again connect it, then it will show you that ST-Link error, this error again it will show you. So just replug it, okay, and repower your microcontroller. If reconnect it again, If it is doesn't still work, then it means that your hardware connection is fault. So what you have to do, you just change the communication protocol pins. So you just change these communication protocol pins, because sometimes it might happen that your hardware these wires have been buffered, or these wires are shorted internally. So you just connect your these connections again, communication protocol connections again. Okay, so like I have connected the communication protocols again with changing the jumper wire, same way taking from the reference from 1 and 5 and 7 here. And now if you connect your microcontroller, it is successfully connected now on connecting it. So now as you can see, it shows you the target information and all the things that we are able to do when we are doing with the clone one. Okay, so like main thing here is that if any such kind of error comes in your, you just need to recheck your connections. You restart your this ST-Link, like power it up again from your by unplugging it from your computer. First thing. Second thing, change the jumper wires. Third thing, check the power supply. Only out of these 1 or 3 only things will be your fault, because of which those such errors can come. And now you can easily do all such kind of things that we are doing with the ST-Link clone one. And in this we can also use a SW wire, SWV and printf kind of features. Now that thing will be done in the next video, in which I am going to tell you on how to use all the trace features for this thing with live expressions also and many such things. Check out that video, and I see you in the next video. Till then guys, stay safe, stay happy, and do subscribe the channel if you're liking the content of the channel, and if you are liking the things that I am doing towards the firmware development and the embedded systems. Thank you guys.